Kim Kardashian had expected a routine flight back to Los Angeles, just another day balancing her business calls and social media updates while cruising at 30,000 feet. She'd touched down at LAX countless times before, greeted by a swirl of cameras and a mix of tourists hoping for a glimpse of her. Yet on this stormy Thursday afternoon, the atmosphere felt more charged than ever, as if the entire airport were bracing for something extraordinary. Indeed, what was supposed to be a brief walk from baggage claim to her waiting SUV was about to become a full-fledged magazine scandal that tabloids would feast on for weeks. Kim, dressed in a muted yet form-fitting black tracksuit, stepped off the plane with an air of calm. She clutched her phone in one hand, texting her team about the day's schedule. North, her oldest child, trailed behind her in stylish mini-sneakers, fiddling with a tablet. The plan was simple. Grab their luggage, maybe flash a quick smile at the inevitable paparazzi, then head home to beat the afternoon traffic. She was tired, having endured a hectic day trip to Paris for a quick business meeting and barely catching any proper rest. But her measured confidence soon encountered an unexpected roadblock. The moment they entered Terminal 4, a gaggle of paparazzi pounced. Flashes popped with dizzying intensity. Someone from a gossip site loudly inquired about her rumored new business venture in skincare. Another barked questions about recent drama with a different celebrity. Kim tried to answer politely at first, knowing how quickly silence could be interpreted as proof of something sinister. But as the crowd's volume grew, she realized they were especially aggressive today. Some even brushed dangerously close to North, who shrank back unsettled by the frantic shuffle of strangers. Kim's phone buzzed incessantly with more notifications. She exhaled, telling herself to stay calm. She continued forward, ignoring the sharper questions like whether she was feuding with a family member or if she'd tried to sabotage a friend's new show. Typical rumor mill nonsense, but loud enough to rattle her. One paparazzo, a tall man with an invasive camera, blocked Kim's way and hammered her with personal questions about her kids' schooling. Another paparazzo practically shoved a microphone toward North. That was the final straw. Kim, fiercely protective, pulled North aside and insisted the throng back off. And then the meltdown began. An airline representative hurried up, apologizing with flustered words. There was a glitch in their luggage system. Kim's designer suitcases and North's special carry-ons had gone missing. This might not have been a crisis on a normal day, but the paparazzi were still trailing them, cameras hot, capturing Kim's every frown. She tried to remain gracious, though tension laced her voice. "Could you locate my bags quickly, please? My child is exhausted, and we really need to get home." The airline staff pleaded for patience, explaining something about a loading error, a backlog, or a misplaced container. Meanwhile, the paparazzi snapped away. Kim's furrowed brow, her anxious glances at North, the staff's apologetic posture. A smaller group of fans recognized her, some politely asking for selfies, which she tried to accommodate, if only to keep her composure. But the unrelenting press hammered with more pointed questions. "Kim, is it true you refused to board a plane earlier? Are you trying to avoid so-and-so's wedding?" She kept quiet, focusing on not letting the meltdown escalate further. As the minutes ticked on, the swirling crowd became a disorganized spectacle. Some travelers paused to gawk, others tried to squeeze past, rolling suitcases bumping ankles. The airline rep emerged with half an update. 2 of Kim's suitcases had been found, but the rest, including North's favorite items, remained missing. A frustrated exclamation escaped Kim's lips, caught on multiple cameras, of course. The paparazzi zoomed in, capturing that momentary slip of annoyance. Instantly, the hush of the onlooking travelers gave way to whispers of "Kim is losing it. Did you see her face? She's freaking out about her bags." Kim's phone buzzed yet again. A contact close to the gossip world texted a screenshot of a breaking rumor. "Kim Kardashian meltdown at LAX? Social media claims she's fuming over lost luggage, screaming at staff." She read it. Jaw tightening, she certainly hadn't screamed, but the insatiable need for sensational angles, plus a single candid photo of her exasperated expression, would easily spin into a meltdown narrative. North tugged at her sleeve, upset by the chaos. Kim knelt down, trying to soothe her, ignoring the blazing camera lenses capturing that tender moment. As if the tension weren't enough, more complexities emerged. The airline staff explained that due to a temporary closure of a baggage area for security reasons, reuniting them with the missing items could take hours. Hours Kim didn't have. She pictured the tabloids painting a vivid tale of Kim Kardashian stranded at the airport with a distraught child. Determined to salvage the situation, she signaled for her driver, hoping to at least escape the terminal. She'd come back for the luggage, but as they tried to leave, paparazzi blocked the hallway, forcing her into a small corner of the terminal near a vending machine. The flash of cameras on her increasingly tense face felt suffocating. An airport police officer soon approached, attempting to clear a path so Kim could reach the exit. He asked the paparazzi to step back. Some complied, but the more aggressive ones insisted on their right to photograph in a public space. The officer threatened to remove them if they didn't cooperate. Meanwhile, the swirling rumor mill had escalated online. Is Kim screaming at the airline staff? Reports of a fight in the terminal? None of it was truly accurate, but enough partial truths existed that the story gained traction by the second. Finally, with the officer's help, Kim and North managed to push through the labyrinth of people. Another airline rep jogged up at the last minute, breathless, brandishing a slip of paper, an official apology, and a guarantee that Kim's missing luggage would be delivered to her home within the next 24 hours. Kim took it with a stiff nod, not trusting herself to say anything further that might be twisted into hostility. Cameras trailed them all the way to the SUV. She shielded North from the brunt of the flash, waiting for security to open the car door. Seated at last in the quiet interior of the SUV, Kim exhaled, turning to ensure North was settled and calm. She scrolled her phone and saw the headlines swirling, reports from random bystanders who'd live-streamed the fiasco. Some claimed she threw a fit. Others took up her side, praising her protective instincts. She leaned her head back against the seat, thinking how a simple flight had escalated into a trending fiasco. In the front seat, her driver politely said, "Sorry about that, Ms. Kardashian. The press is wild today." She gave a weary half-smile, murmuring, "I know." By the time they reached home, the Meltdown story had exploded across Twitter, Instagram, and entertainment blogs. Kim loses it at LAX. Read one sensational piece. A more sympathetic blog posted, Kim Kardashian cornered by paparazzi, forced to wait for lost child's luggage, who wouldn't be upset. Fans argued in comment sections, dissecting every freeze frame of her scowling or consoling North. In the swirl of speculation, a rumor that she had physically lashed out at a photographer popped up, quickly debunked by actual footage, though that rumor still circulated. The next day, Kim's publicist scrambled to craft a concise statement for entertainment outlets. Kim experienced a difficult moment at the airport due to lost luggage and intense paparazzi intrusion. She regrets any negative impression and is grateful to the staff who helped her. She asks for understanding in respecting a parent's right to safeguard her child's well-being. The statement was short and neutral, attempting to quell the storm. Some outlets reprinted it faithfully, while others questioned its sincerity. Within 48 hours, the fiasco ironically boosted Kim's social media metrics. People visited her profiles half expecting an unfiltered rant. Instead, she posted a calm montage of family pictures, ignoring the Meltdown story altogether. Nonetheless, fan accounts dissected every detail, Kim's outfit, her expression, the timeline of her meltdown, to piece together a behind-the-scenes narrative. Some were convinced she was on the verge of tears. Others believed she'd stayed surprisingly composed. Everyone had an opinion, fueling the gossip cycle. Despite the mania, Kim maintained her usual routine. She attended a brand meeting for her new shapewear line, politely sidestepping reporters' attempts to corner her about the LAX meltdown. She gave no further interviews, letting the tabloids spin their wheels until eventually they found the next star meltdown to move on to. Insiders close to her family marveled at her ability to remain calm behind closed doors, especially considering how the fiasco had overshadowed her actual business successes that week. But those who witnessed the scene in person, airport staff, a smattering of fans, and even the paparazzi themselves, knew the meltdown rumors were half born of camera angles and sensational headlines. Sure, Kim had shown real frustration, maybe a brief flicker of anger, but that hardly equated to the level of meltdown some media strove to portray. The reality was that she'd mostly been a protective mother in an obnoxiously stressful situation, caught in the unwavering gaze of the paparazzi. Some bystanders posted more sympathetic videos depicting her politely telling the staff, "I appreciate your help, thank you, but we really need to go," contradicting the image of a screaming meltdown. Over time, the story cooled off. Another celebrity had a spat with a reality show co-star. A pop star faced rumors of an affair. Kim's LAX meltdown, so fresh and scandalous for a day or two, faded into the background. Yet in that short burst of attention, brand new discussions about the limits of paparazzi intrusion and the unrelenting spotlight on her children had arisen. Kim, for her part, though worn out, took it in stride. She told a confidant that perhaps it was a wake-up call, reminder of how vital personal boundaries were. Even a routine moment can become an ugly spectacle if the wrong cameras are involved, she mused. In the end, the meltdown served as another chapter in Kim Kardashian's paradoxical existence, where even minor inconveniences at an airport could become the week's biggest tabloid story. And as always, the truth of her actual emotional state lay somewhere between the sensational headlines of outrageous meltdown and the occasional raw footage capturing a tired mother, forcibly calm, trying to retrieve her kid's lost luggage in a sea of flashing lights.